So I wanted to make a little video about law of attraction and how it works for me. It might not work this way for everybody, but this is how it works for me. I would like a crystal ball. I think it would be really, really awesome to have one. And possibly helpful. I'm not sure exactly how divination really works, but I'm kind of drawn to the idea. So I'm hoping that the universe will help me out in getting this crystal ball. I've looked online and I've seen a few crystal balls that are like beyond my budget right now. So I'm asking the universe for one. And hopefully I'll find one that is within my budget, either within my budget or it will come to me naturally and I won't have to pay for it. It will just come to me. So this is how it works. I put my intention out into the universe. I would like a crystal ball. I believe that I should have one. It feels right to have this crystal ball. And if the universe agrees with me, then it will start sending me little notifications that yes, this is what we want for you. Is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? Please specify as we go through and we'll try to bring what you want to you. So yesterday I was walking along at a market with my family, and on the ground right outside of where I parked was this little marble. This little beautiful marble that's kind of translucent and kind of rainbowish. And so that was one way the universe was like, oh hey, is this really what you want? And I was like, well yes, this is a sphere. It is kind of crystal-y, but it's glass and it's too small. So if you could make it bigger, that'd be great. And so I went through my day in the market with my family, and we kept seeing these things that were almost but not quite what I was hoping for. A lot of glass crystal balls and a lot of just like little mementos that looked like a crystal ball but it really wasn't, like things with stuff inside of them that were like a crystal ball, little glass shaky globes and stuff like that, but not quite a crystal ball. So every time I saw something that was almost there but not quite, I was like, well yeah, that's kind of what I want, but not really. This is more in line with what I want. I want it bigger, and I want a real stone crystal ball. I'm hoping for labradorite, because I really love labradorite crystal balls. They're really pretty. But, I'd be happy with anything that the universe sends me that is more to my liking. So, and then I went throughout my day, and then I found a actual raw stone shop where there usually isn't one ever. And then that kind of made my day, because I was like, I really want something that's real stone, not glass. And not man-made, because I don't like man-made stones. I just don't. I know that other people don't mind it, or like it, and aren't, don't have any problems with it, but I feel like man-made stones just aren't as in tune with the universe, as in alignment as raw natural is. It's more of a manifestation of the universe rather than a man-made thing. So that's why I like raw stone and natural stone and stones that are actually real and not man-made. So that is how it comes to me, and eventually it probably will come into existence, that I can either find a stone that I can afford, or the universe will give me a sphere that is crystal and actual crystal and gemstone. So that is a little bit on law of attraction and how it works for me. I wanted to do a little bit of a reading to see if anything came out. Just a regular, like, Celtic cross spread, just for the day, to see what's going on. So, I guess I'll do that. I've got 2 white candles in front of my water aspect, and 1 white candle in front of my fire aspect. Water is all about emotions and spirituality, and so is fire is all about spirituality too. It's more along the alignment with the soul and less alignment with emotions. So I'm thinking that's what's going to come out. I feel it on the bottom now. I'm going to take this one now. I can't explain really how I feel it. It's just like, it's a little bit of intuition, but it's not really like that. It's I can actually like feel the card needs to come out. I don't know, it's in my hand or it's in the card itself. I have no idea what it is. I like a large crystal ball too. Some of those crystal balls are like that big, and I'm just like, nah, I like something big. Maybe purple. I like rose quartz, but I don't think it'd be a very good, crystal ball. I like quartz itself, but I don't think that's a very good crystal ball. I like labradorite because it's dark and has depth to it, and there's a really awesome glint. Really awesome infusion of color that isn't normally seen unless you turn it a certain way. That's just a really cool stone. In the past is the Ace of Pentacles. A new start, a new opportunity, an offer, a new job, a new beginning. In our current situation, we have the Five of Pentacles. Somebody's feeling left out in the cold or seeking help spiritually. I found out that that card is actually like that. It's seeking help spiritually. It's not only about people feeling destitute and alone and downtrodden. It's also about seeking help spiritually and knowing where to find it and going to look for it. And then crossing is the Four of Cups, feeling like there is an offer on the table, but you don't want it. There's an offer that somebody's trying to present to you, but you don't want it because it's not in alignment with what you need. An offer on the table, and you just don't like it because the offer has something in it or has some aspect to it that isn't good for you, and you feel content with the 3 cups that you have. In the foundation of our situation, we have the Fool card. Faith, trust in the universe, a new adventure, believing that no matter what, everything will turn out to be okay. Everything will be okay. Even if we don't, even if it doesn't turn out the way we plan it to, It will all be okay. In the top of our thoughts is the Eight of Cups in reverse, struggling to walk away from a situation, or completely and totally walking away from that situation. You've stacked up your cups and you've moved on, and the energy is still lingering of moving on, but you are, away from it. Or maybe it's having trouble moving into a new phase of your life. In the future, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. Usually this is a person who comes into your life and then just as quickly goes out of your life. A very fiery energy, very passionate, creative, Sagittarian energy. It may be a Sagittarian that has affected you negatively, or maybe a Sagittarian that, maybe not negatively, just not in... I mean, if it is somebody that's affecting you and this is in the reversal, then it's just the upright version that affected you. It could also be the energy of depression or moving slowly through a passionate idea. Instead of being fiery and here 1 minute, gone the next, you are taking steps slowly towards an idea. That's what I'm getting from it. In the energy line we have is Temperance. And the first energy line we have is Temperance, which is also Sagittarius. It's also an angel of God blending the two energies of the Two of Cups. Two on earth combined to, what is that? To show the higher aspect. I can't articulate that. I love Temperance. Temperance is awesome, completely. It could be a Sagittarius. It could be someone with Sagittarius in their chart. Turn it down, please. Minecraft. Thank you. Let me see. In how people see you or your environment is the Strength card. This can be a Leo person, or it can be the aspect of calming down a situation, calming down a roaring lion. Maybe someone around you, maybe a situation around you is utter chaos and completely not in the best alignment that they could be, and they're upset, or you have something inside of you that is upset. And this energy is strength. It's inner strength, it's mental strength, it's emotional strength, it's spiritual strength. It can also be physical strength, but it's the strength to be calm. It's the strength to show grace. It's the strength to show compassion when you could run in fear, when you could just hide from it, when you could, ignore it or something like that. Instead of reacting negatively to a roaring lion, a situation in your life, you just simply, calmly and compassionately and gracefully close the mouth of the lion with peace and love instead of fear. So that is in your environment or how people see you. In your emotions is the Six of Pentacles reversed. This can be upright. When it's upright, it's about philanthropy, being balanced emotionally and financially, and being able to give to people This could be that you are giving to people, but it can also be that you're reacting in a codependent way where you need from someone else and they need from you. I've heard a lot of things about codependence. I've heard that codependence is a negative thing and that you should never need from someone else in a relationship. But I've also heard that codependence is natural and it's a human instinct, and that everybody needs someone. And I don't know, I tend to go with both of those things at the same time. I mean, we are all individuals. We do not need, anyone to make us whole or anyone to, hi baby. People don't need anybody, really. You can be an independent person. You can be a solitude person. You don't actually need anybody to survive on this earth. Even spiritually and emotionally, if you are in the right alignment with it, you don't really need anybody. But then, what is the point, You aren't really growing emotionally, spiritually, mentally, if you don't have someone else to mirror and to bounce off of. So I don't know. I'll think more on codependence. But that's what it's like in the reversal. Either you're imbalanced and you don't really feel like giving, or you can't give financially, emotionally, spiritually, or you're giving too much. You are giving too much of yourself, and it's not healthy. And our outcome is the Tower reversed. You may be resisting some sort of destruction, or there is a ultimate truth in your life that's taking a very long time to come about. Or this is a Tower situation that comes along and strikes you from an outside source. Or this is a Tower situation that comes along and strikes someone on the outside of you, and you see it happen, and it affects you as well. As always with the Tower situation, you really do need to have the full energy to get through it, knowing that everything will be okay. Even if it isn't how you plan. Even if the outcome isn't how you plan. And just believing and trusting in God, the universe, spirit, source, whatever you believe in. Personally, I think I believe in the universe and God. God is the universe, and the universe is God, and God is love, and that kind of thing. So in this opposing energy line, in the outside energy line, we have the Six of Cups reversed. It might be that you are looking at the past with without rose-colored glasses on. You are looking at the past, how it really was. You are taking a very reality-based perspective on what happened. Or children might be affecting you. Or you just might not be looking at the past. You are ignoring it, even though it's like nudging you. Something from the past might be nudging you, and you're just ignoring it, and you don't really care. It might be a past relationship, it might be a past partner or a person from the past that is affecting you, but you are kind of ignoring it and pushing it away, which goes along with our undercard. And in the environment and how people see you, I don't know if I showed you this one. In the environment and how people see you is the Ace of Cups reversed, and that is sadness, depression, loss, despair, hopelessness, no self-love. If you are if you're vulnerable, please seek help. Don't sit and stew. Please seek help. The Ace of Cups reversed can also have an incredibly positive outlook, but sort of negative. It's like all of the light inside of you grows and grows and grows, and you just have complete and absolute love. It's an overabundance of love. It's like the light is shining out of your eyes and your heart and your spirit and your being in such a way, and that you just completely dump all of your love and your everything onto something. It can be a person, it can be what you're passionate about, it can be a situation, you know, and you just completely, like, you have this full and brimming cup, which is like the Ace of Cups, and then you overflow that even more than it already is, and you completely just like dump it on top of someone, and you are a shower of love, and you are a shower of joy and hope and just all of those positive aspects, and you're able to do that. And yeah, that's just beautiful. That's the positive aspect of the Ace of Cups reversed. It can also be damaging for you because if you are in that full energy and you have the Ace of Cups and you spend all that love, loving is never a bad decision, and spending love in that way is never a bad decision, but you have to realize that there is a crash after the fact. There is like a come down after the fact. And sometimes you spend that kind of love on people who don't actually deserve it because they use it in the wrong way, or they just use you. And you have to be aware of that fact. And you have to know that even with that, even with people using you, even with the come down and the crash part of that, even with all of that, loving in that way is never, never, never a bad choice. Because love isn't always, you know, the best thing. And so, in emotions, what we have is two cards that popped out. The High Priestess and the Two of Pentacles. High Priestess is a lot like, I always say she's a tarot reader. She is a person who has knowledge of the good and bad in life. She's a life coach, a leader, but not like a public leader. She's a private leader, and she has a lot of these secrets and knowledge of life and knowledge of the universe, and she knows the good and bad of everything, but she holds it all inside of herself. She doesn't do it intentionally, but if you ask her, she'll tell you, and it's not really a negative aspect. It's just what she is. It's very intuitive, very psychic. With that comes the balance. A very balanced person, emotionally, mentally, financially, has a lot going on around her, but is able to juggle and able to balance everything. Very stable, even if everything else is unstable. I see this card as a lot like the autotelic flow card, where you're just flowing with the universe. Like everything's like going on around you, but you are totally within that flow. There's a lot of chaos, but you are totally just dancing with it. It's very, very much the autotelic flow card. And then we have as the outcome for this line, the Four of Wands upright. A very stable and happy life, a very stable, happy household, marriage, stable relationships, stable passions, a good foundation, just happiness and stability and, you know, good life, good house, good family, good everything, which is awesome. Which really, like, completely is strange for having the Tower on the opposite end of this. The Tower card reversed on the opposite end of this. Under our deck, we have the World reversed. I don't think you saw it. World reversed, which is not evolving, not growing, not stepping through, not learning from the karmic cycles, not moving forward in any way. Which is always sad for me. I hate when I see the world reversed. Just people not being mature, people not growing. I really, really hate that. I don't like that at all when I see that. You know. Baby girl, what happened to you? But, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's, maybe it could be in the positive way where you are actually, like, growing and evolving, but it's in such a way that's a very strong way, in a very powerful way, and it's just taking a very long time to move through. Of course, with this Tower card reversed, though, it's like you are resisting it completely. You just are not going through it. Either that, it is just taking a very long time for you to, you know, move with this change. There must be a change that's going on that's very, very slow in the making. So, let's see if we can get some advice for this. My goodness. One side seems very extremely unhappy, and the other side seems like it's like, you know, good and happy and balanced. One side seems imbalanced, the other side seems very balanced. That one. This one. Oh, two. Yeah, there you are. And that one. There we go. So what we got was the Sun and the Devil, Leo and Capricorn, and the Lovers, and Release, Death. So, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself, and that's the Sun card. Ego, 15, the Devil, a false sense of entrapment, of being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. The Lovers, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, and good health. And Release, Death, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. This could also be a Gemini card and a Scorpio card. The Lovers is Gemini and Death is Scorpio. But with these energies, the Sun card is about superficial happiness with an underlying of stress. You're pushing away the stress that's underneath. You're like burying it and hiding from it. But with the ego card, that might be the stress that's underneath everything. This is the dark side, the grime that's under the carpet. With the Lovers, it's a choice you have to make, what you want and what you need. And with Release, it doesn't have to be about endings of, like, you know, death itself. It can just be like transformation and change, you know. If you are one of those people who is, you know, vulnerable, it doesn't have to be about death. It can be about you changing. Let me think. Lord help me. But yeah. Personally, I see my own message with this. But I know that it's not going to resonate with everybody out there. So, I will keep that to myself. And I will wish you all a happy rest of August. And please, if you want to, try out the Law of Attraction. It's a really, really cool thing to play with that, you know, the universe lets you do. If you know how to do it, if you're in control of yourself. Control of self helps a lot. And if you know how to put your intention and your energy out into the universe, then it's a really cool thing to do. If you'd like a reading from me, my information is in the description. My email is in the description, along with all of my spreads and their prices. I do events for parties and shops, so if you would like to have a tarot reader at your party or at your shop for an event, I do that if you are in the Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio tri-state. So yeah, give me an email and we'll set that up. I'll talk to you later.